So now Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, and Donald Trump are pivoting the agenda to cutting the social safety net. And they say they're going to have to do it because of the deficit. Oh my goodness, it's so large. Who made that deficit? Wow. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that, you put wars on the credit card and you continue to deregulate and cut taxes for the rich. And you just added $1.4 trillion more to the deficit with your shitty tax bill, which helps corporations and the wealthy. In the process of arguing here that we need to cut the social safety net, they're going to say the same things over and over because they always do. And their main argument, of course, is, well, I mean, the war on poverty doesn't work. Well, they'll also say, hey, it breeds laziness, which is not true. It's been studied, and it's been proven that, of course, social safety net programs do not increase laziness by any stretch of the imagination. But when they say, that didn't work anyway, what does it matter? The war on poverty didn't work, so what's the big deal? It's not like it's actually like lifting people out of poverty. Well, let's actually fact check that. So this is from Ro Khanna, but the numbers are from the Economic Policy Institute, numbers from 2016. And he says, these are not entitlements. Number of Americans kept out of poverty by program. Social Security, 26 million people kept out of poverty. Refundable tax credits, 8.2 million people. SNAP, which is food stamps, 3.6 million people. SSI, 3.4 million. Housing subsidies, 3.1 million. School lunch program, 1.3 million. TANF, which I believe is welfare, 608,000. Unemployment insurance, 680,000. Workers' compensation, 242,000. WIC, which is meals for, I think, babies, 264,000. LI HEAP, to be fair, I don't know what the fuck that is, 150,000. So, in other words, what they're saying is, it is complete and utter nonsense to argue that the social safety net hasn't kept people out of poverty. Of course it's kept people out of poverty. I mean, for many people, this is make or break. If you cut entitlements, which are really earned benefits, by the way, that's it. Like, you're going to have more people who are homeless. You're going to have more people who go hungry. And look at their priorities, man. Their priorities are giving billionaires a tax cut, which they just did. You know, massive cut in the estate tax, cut in corporate taxes from 35% to 21%. They want to help those people while they screw over people at the bottom. And that's not conjecture. That's not opinion. That's just a factual, empirical description of what's going to happen moving forward. And, you know, we already live in a system that's massively biased in favor of corporations and the rich, and they just made it even worse. One of the most important facts is, in 1952, corporations paid about 33% of the federal tax burden. 33%. Now, I believe these numbers are as of 2014, they pay less than 9% of the federal tax burden. So they used to pick up a much larger chunk of the federal tax burden. But guess what happened? They're shifting that off of them and onto you. And what happened in the time span between 1952 and today? Money in politics, where now corporations fund campaigns and then they get the politicians to do their bidding. So, and they're making it even worse. They're biasing the system even more in favor of billionaires and corporations. And then they turn around and go, we have to cut entitlements. No, you don't. You could have not biased it in favor of the rich in the first place. Then you wouldn't have to cut entitlements. You still don't have to cut entitlements, but they're going to do it anyway. Because whenever it's anything that helps you, whenever it's anything that helps regular people, it's terrible, and we need to be deficit hawks, and we need to make sure that we're fiscally responsible, and sorry, we have no choice, we have to cut it. But whenever it's endless war, whenever it's corporate welfare, whenever it's Wall Street bailouts, fucking blank check, bitch. That's who these people are. And the Democrats shouldn't give a goddamn inch on this fight, because these guys are wrecking everything that remains of the New Deal and the war on poverty, and this will devastate regular people beyond imagination.